Good afternoon, Rutuja Sonati. Rutuja, is it visible and audible properly? Good afternoon, Pranati Srivastav, Sahil Singh, Egypt, Garima Singh, Rishi Kalapati. Is it visible and audible? Shardul Santosh, visible properly, visible and audible. Aditi, is it visible and audible? No problem. Okay, so we already started the lesson here. Okay, first question for all of you. Please give quickly and what is the percentage of nitrogen in the air? Very easy question. What is the percentage of nitrogen in the air? What is the percentage of nitrogen in the air? Percentage of nitrogen in the air. Give answer. Very good. Shardul Bhattar gave correct answer. Elias gave correct answer. Janvi gave correct answer. Sable gave correct answer. Then Sony also gave correct answer. Very correct. You know that uh, nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide 0.03%. These are the major gases which are present in the air. That is nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%. Okay, now you know that this nitrogen which is present in the air, it cannot be utilized by plants or animals directly. And you know that nitrogen is very important for all living things, isn't it? Why? Because many important compounds which are made up of, which are very much essential for living beings, they are made up of nitrogen. For example, you know, protein. It consists of amino acid, and this amino acid it consists of nitrogen. Okay, so you already told me that nitrogen is present 78% in the air. Okay, so though it is present 78% in large amount in the air, we will find this the diatomic molecule nitrogen. It is strongly held together. These atoms are strongly held together in this molecule by three bonds. Okay, and this is therefore quite unstable, quite stable and unreactive element. Okay, so we will find that this nitrogen is very much required to make protein in our body, and you know that protein they are very much required for the growth of our body, isn't it? And this our whether it be plant or animals, they cannot use this nitrogen directly from the air, isn't it? Why? Because it is quite stable element, isn't it? We will find these nitrogen atoms in this diatomic molecule are very strongly held together by three bonds. Therefore, it is quite stable, isn't it? And therefore, we will find that there is the process known as nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation that we are going to study today. Okay, because either plant or animal they cannot use this nitrogen in the air directly. Okay, reason I already told you that it is quite stable, unreactive element. we will find the two atoms in this diatomic element, they are strongly held together by bonds. Three bonds, very strong bond. Okay, so we will find this nitrogen has to be fixed before it is utilized by plants. Okay. Now, how we will get this nitrogen? Plants will utilize it. Plants will make compound out of it. Then, when this nitrogenous compound, how we will get? How these animals will get? Whether it may be herbivorous animal, carnivorous animal, or omnivorous animal, we are feeding on these plants, and when we feed on this plant, we will get this nitrogen compound. Isn't it? So, first of all, plants should synthesize this nitrogen compound. Okay, and that is possible only due to fixation. What is fixation? Fixation means it is converting element, or we will find converting anything in the form in which it can be utilized by, that element can be utilized, okay, by plant or animal. So that is fixation. So today we are going to study about the nitrogen fixation, isn't it? Now, first of all, there are some plants known as leguminous plants. Okay, leguminous plants. Okay, leguminous plants like bean. We will find these plants in the roots. They have nodules, root nodules. They have taproot, and in the root we will find what is there? Root nodules are there. Root nodules. Now, there we will find in these root nodules bacteria. They are being that are called rhizobium bacteria. Okay, so there is the symbiotic association between this plant and this bacteria. Bacteria, they are getting shelter, they are getting their habitat to live in, and here what they are doing for these legumes, what they are doing, they are fixing the nitrogen in the air. They are converting nitrogen into nitrites and nitrates. Okay, these rhizobium bacteria, what they do, they convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates, nitrites, and ammonium salt, which can be used by the plant. Okay, so both are getting benefited. Such association, it is called symbiosis, where both partners are living together and both are benefited. So we will call such association as mutualism or symbiosis. So this is symbiotic association, where we will find bacteria, they are helping the plants, and plants, they are helping the bacteria. How plants, they are helping the bacteria? Because here the bacteria, they are getting shelter here in the root nodules. And how bacteria helping the plants? They convert atmospheric nitrogen into atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates and nitrites. Nitrates and nitrites and ammonium salt. Okay, so we will find they convert these atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates and ammonium salt. These nitrates and ammonium salt can be used by these plants. Okay, by leguminous plants. And when we eat these plant products, we are getting protein. We are eating pulses. Pulses, they are big sources of protein. Okay, you are advised, growing children are advised, everyone is advised to eat at least one bowl of dal every day. What is the reason? because these pulses will get from the leguminous plant, and these leguminous plants, these pulses, they are the source of protein. From where they are getting protein? Because here the bacteria which are living, they convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate, nitrites and ammonium salt, which can be used by this plant. And when we eat this plant, we will get the protein. Okay. So this is how we will find atmospheric nitrogen. It is converted into usable form with the help of this bacteria. So this is fixation of nitrogen, isn't it? In the same manner, we will find there are some other bacteria. Algae are also there. Blue-green algae. Blue-green algae are there in the soil. They also, what they do? They convert the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates, nitrites and ammonium salt. Nitrates, nitrites and ammonium salt, which can be used by other plants for its growth, isn't it? Now you know that in this leguminous bacteria, these root nodules are there, rhizobium bacteria are there. But what about the other plants? They also need, okay, protein to grow, isn't it? So from where they are getting protein? There are some other blue-green algae and some other bacteria also there. What they can do? They convert the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate, nitrites and ammonium salt. Okay. So this is how this fixation of nitrogen, it is done by rhizobium bacteria in leguminous plant. Okay, and some other bacteria and blue-green algae which are present in the soil, which convert this atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates, nitrites and ammonium salt. Okay. Then during lightning, what happens? During lightning also we will find this nitrogen, it breaks down and it reacts with oxygen. Nitrogen, it reacts with oxygen to form nitrous oxide. Okay, because lightning can break this. It is having enough energy to break the bond between this. Okay, strong bond between these nitrogen. And we will find when this nitrogen reacts with oxygen to form nitrous oxide, and when this nitrous oxide reacts with water to form nitric oxide, nitric acid, this nitrogen plus oxygen will give nitrogen oxide, and this nitrogen oxide reacts with water to form nitrous oxide, and this nitrous oxide reacts with water to form nitric acid and nitrous oxide. Okay, so this nitrous oxide we will find when it seeps, fall down in the soil, when it seeps through the soil, reacts with water to form nitrates and nitrites, which can be used by the plants easily. Okay, they are converted into the form which can be used by the plants easily. Okay, then this is how we will find fixation of nitrogen takes place in the atmosphere. Okay, so is it clear to all of you how fixation of nitrogen takes place? Very simple. Nitrogen is there in the air. What is the percentage of nitrogen? 78%. How it is used by leguminous plants. What they do, there are these root nodules. In these root nodules, we find rhizobin bacteria are there. They convert nitrogen into nitrates and nitrites, okay, and ammonium salt. Then in the same manner, we will find some bacteria are there. They also bacteria in the soil, blue green algae in the soil, blue green algae. Okay, all they convert, and some other bacteria are also there in the soil. What they do? They convert this nitrogen into nitrates, ammonium salt, and nitrites, which can be used by the plants, and we are eating plants, so we will get this nitrogen from this plant. Okay. Then how the percentage of nitrogen is maintained in the air? 78%. How it is maintained 78%? See, all these leguminous plants, blue green algae, bacteria, they fix the nitrogen. Also during lightning, also we will find nitrogen is fixed. Okay. Then what will happen? This nitrogen, it is utilized by the plants, and we will find these plants are eaten by animals. Then plants and animals, after their death, where they go? After the death of plants and animals, where they go? They mixed up in the soil. Okay, all these plants and animals, after the death, they mix up in the soil, and in the soil there is denitrifying bacteria. They, what they do, they release this nitrogen back into the air. So its percentage is maintained 78%. You know that plants and animals, after that mix up in the soil, and in the soil there are bacteria which decompose the body of plant and animal. Okay, and we will find there are some denitrifying bacteria also there in the soil, which releases the nitrogen which is used by these plants and animals. And this nitrogen is released and it is maintained 78% in the air. What Santosh told? Santosh, sir, by nature only the nitrogen is maintained. Only the nitrogen is maintained. Oxygen is also maintained by the process of photosynthesis and respiration. How the oxygen is maintained? Oxygen is maintained by the process of photosynthesis. 21% of oxygen is maintained in the air. Okay, because plants they give out oxygen in the process of photosynthesis. Now this topic is there in the, see many of you are writing unknown. It is not unknown topic in the lesson air. The topic is there nitrogen. Okay, so before writing anything you just go through the textbook and see it is given there. Nitrogen one topic is there. Is it there or no? Not. Santosh, Arya, Janvi, Trupti. Is it there or not? It is there. Shardul. It is there in the lesson air. Nitrogen, this subtopic is there. Okay. So in that it is very important to learn about the fixation of nitrogen and about the nitrogen cycle. That's why I took this topic here. Okay. Many of you are writing there unknown, and then deleting. That is not good. Actually, you should see the textbook. It is there in our syllabus. Okay, fixation of nitrogen and nitrogen cycle. Okay, so please read the textbook before because I already gave you yesterday only, on Saturday only I started the lesson and I told to read the book. Okay, so we will find the topic nitrogen is given. In that we have to read this fixation of nitrogen and nitrogen cycle. Okay, so only knowing that only 78% of nitrogen in the air is not enough. Along with that, what is the use of nitrogen? It is used by all plants and animals to make protein. Protein is very important for the growth of plants and animals. Okay, and the nitrogen which is there in the air, it cannot be used directly by these plants and animals. So this element it is to be converted into form which can be used. That is known as nitrogen fixation. How it is done? It is done by bacteria, rhizobium bacteria which are present in the root nodules of the leguminous plant. They convert it into salts, nitrate, nitrites and ammonium salt which can be used by the plant. Then there are some other bacteria, blue and some blue-green algae. They directly convert nitrogen into nitrate and nitrites. Okay, and during nitrogen also nitrogen and this nitrogen reacts with oxygen to form nitrogen oxide, and this nitrogen oxide reacts with water to form nitric acid and nitrous oxide. And this nitrous oxide when seeps through soil, falls down on the soil, when seeps into soil, reacts with the water to form nitrates and ammonium salt, which is used by the plant. Okay. So we are eating plants, so we are getting nitrogen from the plants. We are not directly using it from atmosphere, isn't it? So this is how it is going in the living world. Then how it is returned when it is utilized? If you are going on taking it from the air, it will finish, isn't it? So how it is returned then? So after the death, the decomposers, they decompose our body, they convert the inorganic substances into organic substances and minerals to make the soil fertile. Then there are denitrifying bacteria which release this nitrogen back into the air. This is how this cycle, nitrogen cycle is continued. Again it is fixed. Which process it is fixed? In the process of lightning, by some bacteria, by some blue-green algae, and by the bacteria which are present in the root nodules of the leguminous plant. Okay, so this is how we will find fixation of nitrogen takes place, and this is how the nitrogen is, the percentage of nitrogen is maintained in the air. Okay, denitrifying bacteria, they release the nitrogen after that the body of plants and animals get mixed, dead body of plants and animals get mixed in the soil and decomposed by bacteria. Then these denitrifying bacteria they release the nitrogen back into the air. Okay, so this is how we will find the percentage of nitrogen is maintained in the air. Okay, so thank you very much. I will stop here. Now your other class is there.